What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Poor Intentions Podcast. I'm David. Tonight, I'm joined by my co-host, good friend, Mike Effects.
Hey, how's it going? We're back.
Good, man. How are you today?
Pretty good. Pretty tired.
Yeah. What you got going on?
Oh, all kinds of things. Family life, but glad I can be here and kind of let off some steam.
For sure. It's always nice to make a couple or take an hour here with you so that we can hang out and try some whiskey and just take a look at what's going on out in the news of the whiskey world.
Yeah.
I don't keep up every day. And so when we do this podcast, it gives me a chance to kind of see what releases are coming out and to get an idea of what to look forward to.
Right. And there's so much happening, there's things happening all over the place,
Yeah, for sure. I know it's been a crazy month here so far. I think the last time I talked to you, we were talking about like all the allocated bottles kind of hitting the shelves.
Crazy.
Of course, Elijah Craig, we did the review of the C923 and we were kind of, I think, blown away by it.
I was, for sure.
But yeah, there's been a lot of changes. So tonight's show, we're going to be going ahead and talking about some news of a brand new Eagle Rare 25-year release coming out.
Yeah.
It looks like the second year of the Knob Creek 18 year is going to be released.
Yeah.
One that I'm kind of excited about, and I saw some others that have been waiting for this news, but Angel's Envy is finally releasing its first ever cask strength rye.
Right.
But yeah, those seem kind of interesting to me. So we'll go ahead and talk about those tonight.
Heck yeah.
And I decided to pour myself something right now just to kind of get the palate going before we do a review. Because tonight we're going to do a review of 1792 Sweet Wheat.
There it is.
This is the first time I've been able to get one of these. And I've heard a lot of mixed reviews on Reddit, different places. So I think it would be nice to get into that one.
Yep, for sure.
But right now, in my glass, I went ahead and poured myself some Knob Creek 12.
I stuck with some German beer. I got a Helles lager from One Step Honor. Figured.
Sweet, man. I wish you could send me some. I've really been wanting to drink some more German beers right now.
Hey, you know what? When you come by next month, that's what we'll do.
I'm really looking forward to it, man. We've been talking about getting together here and finally doing a tasting. We're going to do our first live recording of the podcast.
Yep.
We'll see how that goes.
That's going to be cool, man. Can't wait.
So all of you guys out there, we'll give you an update as we get a little bit closer, and we would love for you to come hang with us for that live show.
Yeah.
We can kind of open up some of our special bottles since it will be around the Thanksgiving time.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to that show for sure.
Heck yeah. It'll be our first show together in one area. And we want to make it super special,
For sure.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
All right, Mike. What were we looking at? It looks like there's some interesting release coming out of Wild Turkey.
There is. They just announced that they're releasing their next Masters, their Masters edition, and it's called Generations, which is going to honor the generation of the master of bourbon, the mastery of bourbon craft. And yeah, it looks like it's a good one. It's got a couple different. The blend has a couple old. It's actually some pretty old bourbon in there. We got a 12-year, a 14-year, and a 15-year. Yeah, I think it's gonna be good.
You said it was called Wild Turkey
Generations.
Generations. Okay.
Yeah,
that makes sense. So they're going to be they're working with the three generations of family whiskey makers.
Yeah, the Wild Turkey.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So I think it's Jimmy, Eddie,
the Russells,
and Bruce Russell.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
It's cool.
So, of course, it sounds like it's going to be a really limited bottle.
Yeah.
Do you have any idea what the retail price is for that one?
You know what? I don't. I'm guessing it'll be the same as the Voyage. So maybe 250. I don't know.
Ooh, I don't know.
It's
Depending
usually
on,
up there.
yeah, I mean, the limited bottles as we've seen, have continued to go up. Definitely,
That's true.
Anytime it's been an anniversary bottle, right? They're celebrating the distillery or some other kind of special recognition.
Right.
Okay. Oh, actually, you know what? I pulled up an article on this bottle. It looks like the suggested retail price is $450.
Oh.
A little bit up there.
I'll search. Wow. Okay. So it's 200 more than Voyage. That's crazy.
Yeah, and it's going to be in limited quantities, approximately 5,000 bottles.
Oh, that's nothing.
Yeah, these are going to disappear even at that price. And
I'm probably going to go to secondary for like a couple grand.
oh man, that would be brutal. Okay, the proof comes in at 120.8. It looks like it's got sweet notes of vanilla, caramel, dark cherry. Give way to warm notes of pepper and aged oak.
Ooh.
Aroma of oak and vanilla is followed by floral and spice notes with hints of baked apple, toffee, and cloves. This unique combination of aromas and flavors caps off with a finish of dark fruit and baking spice with lingering notes of sweet toffee and oak.
Wow.
You know what, man? Since I've been making YouTube videos, and I've done a fair amount of whiskey tasting, I think. And before that, I've done a lot of wine tasting, different spirits, and of course, a whole lot of beer drinking.
Yeah, we did that together for a long time.
I'm still mind blown when I read people's detailed explanations of what they get out of bottles. And I can get some of those things too, but at the same time, it's like, how deep, how long are you spending on this bottle to come up with this exact?
I think
very
that's what they
thorough
do. I think most of the people that like professional people, they just sit there and they take their time off camera. I mean, they'll sit and write down all their stuff.
I think you really have to, and then you have to go back to it a couple times before you can finish up like a full review.
Yeah.
I think I was watching Fred Minnick the other day on his
he takes
YouTube
a long
channel.
time.
Yeah, and he's been doing it for a really long time, and he writes about it. So you, just like this article, you have to be able to write really detailed explanations of what you're experiencing. But it always fascinates me because I consider doing beer judging for a little bit, and some people are really against it or they like it. But yeah, you kind of have the same experience. You'll have, a sheet in front of you, and it goes by these very particular guidelines, and you're going to rate the nose, the palate, and the finish, essentially.
Right.
And you have to pick out all the different notes and kind of describe them in, like, let's say you get a subtle flavor, you have to make sure that you mention subtle or light, and you have to use a lot of descriptive words to like hints, like notes of hints.
Yeah, you can't say just vanilla, caramel, toffee, brown sugar. You got to say how much of each flavor is in there.
Like a measurement, yeah.
Yeah. Like, just a little bit, or on the finish, on the mid palate, on the, like that. Just kind of, I guess you just got to train the taste buds, man. I don't know.
There's a lot of experiment. And it's kind of funny though, because I think whiskey in general, because of the higher proof, or any spirit for the most part, it's a lot more challenging at first because you're trying to get over the ethanol, right? And you're just trying to warm up your palate, get better at getting the full experience.
Yeah.
Where now I go back to beer tasting and I still participate in my local homebrew club, and we're always tasting different stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And it's gotten easier for me. Like I can pick up notes way easier in beer now because it's not as shocking, right? It's just way more chill on the palate. And
you're
then
not fighting. You're not fighting the ethanol, really.
Yeah, no, there's like none of that. It's just straight all flavor blasts. The different hops.
Yeah.
You're looking at the different yeast strains, different types of malts, different things that have been added. Yeah. So it's kind of interesting. The longer that we've been doing this, I've learned a lot.
Same.
So
same here. Same here, man. And it never ends. And I don't think we'll always just learn. We're always going to develop. That's what's good to be part of a community is, you're sharing knowledge. It's everyone's just helping each other advance. Everyone's just, it's awesome.
Yeah, you kind of learn to piggyback off each other in a way. And even before I started the YouTube channel, I've watched a ton of different YouTubers and whiskey channels, and everybody has their own unique way of explaining something. But it's good. It's good to have that variety because we all think very differently, right?
Right.
So anyways,
I agree.
Enough about that. So I don't know if we'll have the opportunity to get this bottle, the Wild Turkey one here. It's a little bit out of my personal budget.
Yeah, same. I don't know. I can never see myself spending that much on anything.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, hey, if someone out there, is fortunate enough to get a bottle, I would be really curious what you think about it. And
send us a sample.
Yeah. If anything, send us a sample and we'll do a review on the channel and share it with the world.
Yeah, it'd be great.
For sure.
Thank you.
All right, Mike. So I want to go ahead and jump into this quick review of the 1792 Sweet Wheat.
All right. Fresh crack. Is yours a fresh crack as well?
It is a fresh crack. I took the plastic off here already.
I did. Same thing.
So let's just pour this.
Let's see how. Nice medium little cup.
Yeah, it sounded nice. A good seal. So on the label of this one, first off, we've got a proof of 91.2.
Okay, so it's a gentle one.
It's a gentle one.
Gentle.
That's very close to Weller Special Reserve, which is 90 proof. It's also a wheated bourbon, right?
Right.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. So Weller was 90. Right? Oh, no, 93?
No, Weller's 90.
90.
And I've already decided I'm probably going to pour this in a moment and put it versus the 1792.
All right.
And see if there's some similarity or not.
On the Special Reserve? I should do the same. I actually have one open. I have to go get it, though.
I should have told you, Mike.
You should have, man. I can grab it right now. Because I've noticed a lot of people when they review the 1792 Sweet Wheat, they always compare it to the Weller. It's always
Yeah, well, if you look at the proof, that's similar. Of course, they're both wheated bourbons.
I wonder how this would compare to the Larceny, the regular Larceny.
True, I didn't even think about that.
I just realized that I don't know the proof on the regular Larceny. I forgot, but I don't think it's much.
And then you also, the price too. So the Weller Special Reserve is technically a $28 retail
budget, like a budget drinker.
And this Sweet Wheat, I think it was. Do you remember? Like 45, 40?
Yeah, it's about $40.
$40.
That's what I paid for.
So it's not way up there.
Nah, $35, $40. It's still pretty damn hard to find, which is interesting. A lot of
We
people
just
have
got a shipment here. Yeah, I think the last couple of weeks there was a shipment here. So I'm seeing it at a few different stores. But yeah, other than that, it's been, I think since I started looking for this brand, this is the first time I've ever seen it. So, or it might be the second time. Yeah.
Yeah, this is my first time seeing it.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and take a quick smell here. I'm getting a little bit of a floral.
Same.
Like tropical fruit.
It's definitely, it's a weeder. It's very everything. All the notes are very gentle. They're very gentle. Like you have a gentle vanilla, very gentle floral note. Everything's very tame and,
kind of an oddball, but I think I'm getting a little tobacco.
Ooh.
Just a hint of tobacco.
I'm getting a small hint of butterscotch too.
Okay.
Very little, like kind of a butterscotchy vanilla extract kind of thing. But it's not really a vanilla extract. I would actually say like a real, like a light vanilla.
Not an artificial vanilla.
No, like a vanilla ice cream kind of thing.
There's definitely a sweetness. Overall sweetness. So.
Exactly. Yeah. It's nice. It looks like I don't know.
It looks like it's going to be friendly.
Nice and easy going. Yeah.
Yeah. So here we go.
That's right. Cheers.
Cheers, bros. Okay. That is very light.
Yeah.
Yeah, it disappeared kind of quick.
Yeah. Yeah, very, very thin for sure. A little bit of you get a little mid palate hug.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel a little bit on.
And then it's just kind of a dry finish. Yeah, there's really no back end to it. It's just all mid palate and then just kind of. I think it's a nice light sipper if you're kind of in the mood for just a light one. You don't want to go crazy.
I do enjoy the mid palate. It's very. Yeah.
It's still there.
Those flavors are all coming out. The ones that we were kind of smelling. I almost want to say a banana, but I don't think it is. It's some sort of tropical fruit.
Maybe one of those candy. But remember those candy bananas? Those fruit candies. There was that banana. Kind of has that artificial banana.
True. Okay. I get that now. Or it reminds me of, I used to buy when I was a kid, the Starburst, the tropical packs. And they had all these different tropical fruits. And banana was one of them. And then almost like a kiwi. It's weird, but I'm getting a green tropical fruit. Something there.
Definitely very sweet. I mean, it says it, sweet wheat. There's that sweet wheat aspect to it, Get a nice vanilla, kind of light syrupy.
I like this. I think this would make a nice every once in a while sipper.
Yeah.
It's got a lot. It has enough happening that it's not boring, but it's also, this is again, lower proof. It's not really exploding in the palate.
Well, for me, the biggest thing is it doesn't matter if it's a low proofer, as long as it's not ethanol forward. If it's got flavor, if it's flavor forward, and everything's just kind of relaxed and tamed, that's a perfectly fine bourbon for me too. I know, you try a lot of low proofers, a lot of budget drinkers, and all you get is just this ethanol hit, and it's just like literally that's it. But
yeah, that's true. They could either be like very one note. And then you'll have that punch, like you said, the ethanol kick.
Yeah, and just not a whole lot going on. But with this
and
one,
then
it's just kind of it's very pleasant, kind of a it's like a
I
Sade,
feel
it's
like
like a Sade song. Very smooth and nice, and
yeah, it's like some Kenny G.
this is like a nice sipper on a beach or something.
That's true. Yeah, I think you can find it a good time to sip on this one, which would be the
Yeah,
beach.
I can respect that. I can respect a low proofer with a lot of flavor. I mean,
Yeah. Okay. So now that's fresh on the mind. I'm going to pour the Special Reserve Weller.
should I go get mine? I need to get mine.
You can. You got time, man.
All right.
I think it's going to be interesting because
Yeah, I want to.
I've had Weller Special Reserve
Uh-huh.
a lot of times. I've had it quite a few times now.
Right.
So I already am telling my brain right now of what that flavor is.
Oh, man.
I'm kind of preconditioning myself. But yeah, go ahead and grab your bottle.
Yeah. I'll be back.
Just hang here. So, like I was saying, I've had this Weller Special Reserve a lot, and it's kind of one of my dailies around here. Thankfully, I've been able to get it on repeat because for the price of like $28 or so, it's a really good sipper at 90 proof. I can have a couple of these, and I'm feeling good. And I know this one's not always available to everybody, but some people hate on these lower Wellers, but I don't, because I think this is a great value right here.
Oh, I love the regular Weller.
Just don't pay, secondary. Don't pay $50, $100.
Yeah.
I usually say, like, someone was asking on Reddit earlier about, a value of a bottle. I think it was Eagle Rare, and they're never able to get it in their area for like under $75. And
no,
I made that recommendation. I was like, you know what? If you've never had it, I would probably max out at $50 just so you can have it. But honestly, anything above that, you're just giving them money because it's not going to drink like that, right?
Price doesn't make a bottle better.
Exactly. So,
and I know a lot of places they say, well, we can't get it in our state, and when we get it, it's that much, and we have no other choice. I get it, but I mean, I don't know. I hate to have people be so like excited for a bottle, and then they pay all that money, and then it just doesn't deliver. But
right.
I don't know.
That's it. And there's so many other bottles we can start recommending when you get in those other price ranges. So,
man, I don't know. This Weller's got a little more happening.
It's definitely darker,
like more darker flavors. And this is a lower proof, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't think there's any age on these, but online, I believe there might be some guesses.
Mm-hmm. I think the Weller definitely takes it a lot darker, a little more deeper in.
It's kind of that classic like Buffalo Trace brand profile.
Right.
Oh yeah, much more like caramel.
Yep. Yeah, I was going to say that. There's a couple extra notes in there. Mm-hmm.
The vanilla is more prominent.
It's a darker vanilla. It's more,
hints of.
Whereas 1792 came more sugary, Weller comes more vanilla.
Yeah, it's much lighter. This sweet wheat.
Oh yeah, very very different profiles.
Yeah, they're very. Yeah, let's take a look here.
If you smell them side by side, it's really weird. Yeah, even the colors.
This sweet wheat is actually reminding me a little bit of rum. Like that sweetness you get from, out of different rum bottles.
You know what? There's a little like a slight sweet muskiness in there.
On the sweet wheat?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I wonder if that's that.
And I'm getting a little more. I'm getting some green apple on the Weller. Wow, I'm getting tons of green apple now. That's weird. Like maybe not green, maybe a mixture of like an orchard.
Yeah, I get the apple for sure.
Are you? Yeah, good. Okay, yeah.
It's like a Not quite like a baked apple pie because I'm not getting any of the spices that some other whiskeys have.
You know, it's funny. I'm doing these side by like back and forth, and I'm literally like stuff's just keeps evolving. Like now, I'm getting marzipan on the 1792. That's weird. Now I have like this marzipan, like sesame seed kind of thing happening. It's weird. I don't know. This thing's it's. I've noticed when I sit there and I compare literally side by side, the flavors always sort of like back and forth. It's kind of weird.
It changes. Yeah, the more flavors that you introduce and other smells, like when you do the blinds, or even sometimes I don't even feel like you have to do the blind unless you have this idea that you're going to pick a certain choice because of the price or because you expect it to be better. That kind of like you set yourself up. But I really do try to go into these not having any kind of reservations towards them. I want them to be just for what they are. I don't care about the brand, where it comes from, the history. I don't care about any of that. I just want it to. I want to be as honest and truthful about what I'm experiencing and let you know, like, if this one's actually better, then great. If this one's actually better, impressive. I mean,
they're good and bad on their own ways. I don't know. Like for me, the mouthfeel, I'll give it to 1792. I feel the Weller's a little bit just kind of disappears even faster.
I think the sweetness in the sweet wheat is what's making it last a little bit longer on the finish. It kind of just, as you can see,
the Weller
kind of legs.
The Weller
it's really hanging on to the glass.
The Weller is definitely less sweeter, and I feel like the Weller literally just disappears. Like,
and I don't know if you noticed, but the Weller on my glass, it's not leaving a whole lot of legs.
Let me see.
Where the sweet wheat.
Oh yeah, there's nothing on this one.
It's giving me quite a bit more.
Let me see. Yeah, the sweet wheat is a lot more syrupy, a lot more sweeter, syrupy. Yeah. Oh yeah. You get a lot more legs on that one. Wow.
So I think. So what are you thinking, man? You have a preference?
Man, I think I'm gonna have to go with 1792. On the. Well, here's the thing. I'll give Weller the nose. I'll give 1792 the palate. But then again,
yeah, I think if you look at this from like a bourbon drinker's point of view, like a straight bourbon, the Weller, I think, feels more familiar.
Yeah, it's more traditional.
Yeah, that caramel is really rich. It might be a little bit more balanced to me than the 1792.
It is.
But they're very different experiences. Like, I'm getting a hint of that rum finish type of feeling out of the sweet wheat.
Like a sweet bite.
The thing is, I'm smelling a little cereal, like grain.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Every time I go back to the Weller and then I go back to this guy, 1792, there's like this marzipan weird, like, there's this Arabic dessert that we have. It's called halva. It's literally, I'm getting that flavor. It's like
dude. I think I know what you're talking about.
It's like a mashed sesame seed, but with pistachios. Yeah.
You're right, dude. I'm thinking about that.
Like a marzipan kind of thing. Yeah.
There's another, I don't know what region or what country it comes from, but I want to say it's Greek. There's this pistachio type of dessert.
Baklava?
Maybe it is the baklava.
Maybe.
Where does that come from?
We have a baklava is, well, Arabic. It's kind of everywhere, really. Greek, Armenian, Arabic, Turkish.
Yeah, I think that is a pistachio note.
Right? That sounds like a Middle Eastern dessert, like a
kind of flaky crust. You've got the pistachio.
and the sesame seed. It's got like that sesame seed candy kind of thing happening.
Yeah.
But I didn't get that. I got that right after I did the Weller. But before that, I didn't get that note. That's weird.
That's really interesting. I like that.
Yeah, I wonder if we mix these two together, how that would taste.
I'll do a little bit here.
Let's try it. Why not? They're weeders.
Our percentages are probably different here.
That is true.
Our blend.
Yeah. 1792 Weller.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't 1792 they're producing some of the stuff there at Buffalo Trace?
It's Barton. I don't know. I'm not sure.
I really don't know too much, but I thought I read something about they've been running some of their stuff through the still over there.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I remember hearing about that, but that was like a while back. I don't know if they're still doing it.
Yeah.
Wow, that got interesting.
I kind of like it. There's a lot of layers here.
Yeah. Like the 1792 got darker.
A little bit more ethanol. But yeah, it's like that actually blended really well. I'm getting
it did.
Like a dark pistachio now. the dark
like
caramel.
What the 1792 lacked, like they both fulfilled each other. Like they helped each other's weaknesses. I think
it's more complex if that's what you like.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot more perfumey now. It's good, kind of like an orange blossom happening.
I like that. Shit.
Yeah. Okay. Now we know how to drink it.
My new blend.
We can make an infinity bottle now with a bunch of weeders.
Yeah, we should. We can throw some makers in there, which would be really different profile.
Some larceny, some makers.
We'll try some larceny. We can do Wilderness Trail wheat.
Oh, yeah. Is it Willet, too? We can do a Willet in there.
We could do a Willet.
Wow.
There's quite a bit of other weeders out there. I've actually never tried Woodford's wheat.
Yeah, same here.
It's like a lower price bottle. Or one of their, their core releases.
Regular ones, yeah.
And I've seen it. I just haven't pulled the trigger on that one.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah.
Who knows? There's so many bottles out there, and I don't have time to watch every review. But
nope. We can only do so much, man. It's crazy.
So I want to go ahead and wrap up this review of the sweet wheat.
Yeah.
Do you have anything you want to add, or what you kind of thought?
No, I think they're both great. I mean, not the Weller. 1792, I think it's a nice one. I think it's a very friendly, approachable kind of thing, bourbon. Yeah, I think it's very nice for, an entry level to get the palate warmed up. It's a very friendly, has nice, easy flavors. Nothing complex, nothing crazy. Yeah, I think for the average person who's not really into that proofy and crazy, complex, and punchy stuff, this is just the perfect sipper for them.
Okay. And what do you think about the price? You think that's appropriate?
Yes, I think in today's market, it's pretty good.
Yeah,
I think it's an average. It's even.
For sure. I agree. Mm-hmm. I think something like this 1792 would be great for when you're having a get together with friends that might not be really heavily invested in bourbon, whiskey in general.
Right.
And it's just very friendly.
Friendly. The ethanol is very low, tame, relaxed,
Yeah. It's a great way to introduce maybe some non-whiskey drinkers to whiskey.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then, of
definitely.
course, work your way up to different options like this Knob 12, which is amazing.
Oh, man.
And kind of just work,
Yeah.
build that journey, you know?
Yeah, that's what we did. We started off not knowing anything. We just randomly bought a bunch of random stuff, and you know,
Yeah, that we kind of just bought random stuff for
we
sure.
did. Yeah.
I remember watching, Whiskey Tribe or the Whiskey Vault,
Mm-hmm.
and I got a few suggestions there,
Right.
but that was all the way back in, I don't know, 2017 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so even then, the bottles that were available are different than now. Some of them.
Yeah, a lot of bottles were new at the time. Like Angel's Envy had come out; it just barely came out.
Just hit the market.
Stuff like that. And it was just, everybody was like, "Wow,"
Yeah.
Everything then was amazing to us at that time, but now it's, after years of
Yeah. Now there's endless, finished bourbons and all these new distilleries. I mean, even just putting together a list of things we were going to talk about today, there was probably, I don't know, 5 or 6 articles about other new distilleries.
Oh, for sure.
And I was like, oh man, there's too many.
Yeah, and a lot of like, blenders are leaving distilleries, making their own things. I mean, the craft boom was crazy, and man, yeah, it's expanded so much in so little time. That's just can't keep up.
For sure.
Yeah.
I just hope, I think we've mentioned this before, but I hope the excess of variety creates a market where there's more competition. And my hope is that one day we're going to start driving prices back down just a bit. I don't think they're going to go down a lot because that's not the way economics work.
No. Well, you know what it is? I think a lot of other distilleries, up and coming, are making great stuff that's competing with a lot of this, known brands and stuff. So I think that's going to kind of give people more option, and they're going to kind of go towards other brands, and it's going to cause the other, the mainstream brands to kind of drop a little bit. Because now
they're going to start coming out with more experimental stuff, more things that people are asking for, kind of like what Jack Daniels has done this year. I mean, the bonded stuff.
Oh, they're crazy. Those guys are.
All of their limited releases. It seems like they're really acting fast because of the changes of all the craft distillers, of all the other markets.
And they are doing great with the short amount of time that they started really tapping in. They're doing great. They're like on top of the game. It's crazy.
Yeah, they have their own single malt now. Everybody's finding what's working because the craft.
Yeah.
I think the craft drinker, I look at it almost like the craft beer industry. And, it exploded probably 10 years or so ago. And it changed everything. Definitely for the big guys. Of course, you're always going to have your huge Anheuser-Busch brand, huge corporations that own all these brands. Yeah. And the majority of them are your light beers, the most popular brands because they're front and center. But as time has gone by, people have really experimented with craft, everything craft.
Even those guys have experimented with craft. Like they all, even the big companies are releasing their regular beers in a different version or made with something else. Like, even they're diving into the crafty recipe. Like Sam Adams, for example, like now they have multiple versions of Sam Adams.
Yeah.
So they're
you've got to keep up or you die off.
Right.
And I don't study the markets, but just looking on the outside, you can see that consumers want variety. They want, of course, they're going to be attracted to certain styles, flavors, things that are in their palate that align with them. But being able to go out and try something new is what keeps people buying. Walking into the liquor store, seeing this new release from XYZ distillery and deciding, hey, maybe I'll take this one home. And normally they'd be walking in and grabbing their regular bottle, but now they're skipping on that one because they're going to check out this other one.
Oh, look at that new finish, that new whatever, that new double oak version or whatever version, single malt version.
So Mike, let's jump into a couple of different releases that are coming this way, just because I want to kind of stay up to date with this.
Yep.
One of the ones that I think that you own is the Knob Creek 18. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
I bought it when it first came out for their anniversary thing.
So was last year they came out with the first version of that?
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
I think, it was last year. Yeah. Holiday time.
Okay. And I'm really curious. Have you opened that one yet?
No.
No.
I haven't. But the thing is, I know now, I guess they're doing it as a regular release. And, but the one I had, the ones that everyone who got the first release had the beautiful wooden box that came with it. It was a nice little display. But I guess now they're regularly releasing it or seems like without the special.
I would be interested in trying one of those if the price is right. I've seen a few reviews online and there's mixed reviews about anything, almost any bourbon that you get that's kind of extra aged, right? Like 16 years plus, outside of your B tax, right? It's hard to get a product that people all agree on at that point.
And a lot of people kind of talk smack on the proof because, you get a high age and you get a proof down. That's what people are complaining about this one is that the proof is, I wish they were wishing it would be a little bit higher.
Okay.
Other than that, I think it's very good.
Gotcha. Yeah. The Knob 18, that's 100 proof?
100 proof, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, everyone was saying at least, it could have been nice if it was like 120.
I agree. I think personally I prefer the cask strength or the barrel strength.
Yeah.
Because then you can find where you like to drink it. If you like to drink it right there, you're going to have a full flavored typically experience. And then you can proof it down however you choose and find that sweet spot. But
exactly. That's what I tell a lot of people. They're like, man, all you do is buy high proof stuff. I'm like, yeah, I buy it, but I don't necessarily drink it at high proof all the time. I just like driving stick shift car versus an automatic, I have control over it,
Yeah.
So that's
like trying these bottles that we had tonight.
Yeah.
These are really well designed for that lower proof.
Don't proof this one down.
Exactly. And sometimes brands are very good at doing that. They can make a great product at a lower proof because it just they've done the blending, they've done the tasting, and they've figured it out. But
and they have the audience for it.
It is sometimes nice though to have that option of the cask strength so that you can really dial it into what you prefer.
Right. So. But these are really good on a lazy day. You don't want to do anything. You just want to sip something in the background. Just grab yourself one of these 90 proofers and you're good.
I agree. Summertime drinks. I always think of like poolside drinks.
Yeah.
Bailey and I, we've kind of started a thing, but every time we go to Vegas, we usually take a lower proof bottle, and sometimes it's one of these or something else, and we'll walk around the strip and just be able to enjoy something that doesn't mess us up to the point that we're like having a really bad experience.
And, you want to kind of you don't want to get
stay nice and like just enough buzz where you feel good and you can still go about your day and you're not like losing track of your shit. So
for sure. Anyway. If I were to go to Vegas, I would take low proof bottles all day long.
Yeah, definitely recommend for anybody going to Vegas, don't ever buy the bottles there. They're stupid overpriced. Don't pay the crazy prices to go taste something at most bars.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah, just plan ahead. And it's really cool because you can bring your own shit, walk around the strip.
And drink it.
And enjoy yourself, man. Definitely if you're going to be walking 20 miles.
Yeah, don't buy a mini for $40. You know,
Oh no,
I've seen those.
So I'm really like, I would like to try and grab one of these Knob Creek 18s. I want to bust open yours, man. We're gonna try that one.
Well, you know what?
But
they're actually here where I am. They're hitting everywhere. The this year's release. So if you ever need one, I'll pick one up for you.
Do you know what the retail is on those?
180.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's up there. I mean,
I got mine for 115.
What?
Yeah. Costco.
Wow.
And everyone told me, everyone told me, they're like, hey, screw that bottle, man. Forget it. It's just watered down. It's this. And then now everyone's chasing it. Everyone's coming out like, oh, dude, I need an Knob Creek 18. I'm like, well, you could have had it for $150, you know?
I hear you, man. But I'm going to let you know that I was able to get, I've never had one, and I'm excited, bro. I got a Elijah Craig 18 today, and you know, it's also a lower proof. You're looking at 90 proof, but I'm gonna at least give it a chance, right? I have to give it a chance.
Hey, you know what? That's one of the bottles I remember when we first started it. It was one of those. I think it was one of those bottles we were aiming at. We're like, hey, man, one day we're gonna have an Elijah 18. You know, like one day we're gonna, you know, in our rookie year.
Well, you have to think too. We were more into Scotch, or we had more Scotch. Definitely you had way more Scotch than me. You probably still do, and
no, yeah.
But and a lot of those Scotch, a lot of those bottles are age stated.
Yeah, they are. I like to get on the Scotch.
I think we were focused really heavily on like, all right, it's got an age on it. We kind of like that. And then in bourbon, there's not as many age stated bottles. And of course, the climate's very different, so they age differently. But when we saw that there was, 18-year-old whiskey or bourbon out there, you and I were like, we got to try that. And,
and I always double the number. I'm like, okay, well, if it's an 18-year bourbon, so it's basically what is it?
36?
A 36-year Scotch.
I don't know. I don't know about that, but
they're probably not exactly that way, but
they're very different drinks. But
because I know they don't age everything in American oak, they just, but
yeah, and the grains are different. I mean, you're talking single malt versus, your bourbons, your
corn, your rye,
your rye or wheat, and then barley, depending.
Right.
So,
right.
There's definitely variety, but so we got to look forward to, maybe we'll go ahead and do a blind of like an Elijah Craig 18, Knob Creek 18.
Yeah.
What else do we have that's up there in age? You can get a Calumet 16.
I have a Found North 18, but that's a rye, so I wouldn't. No,
that's Canadian.
Yeah, that's Canadian. That wouldn't work.
That's Canadian.
Yeah, I guess a Calumet would work.
There's also the Gatsby Reserve.
Oh yeah, Old Elk. Yeah,
Old Elk.
Yeah, Gatsby Reserve.
Which bottle from Old Elk is up there in age?
Gatsby Reserve, I think.
Well, that's not Old Elk.
Hold on.
Gatsby is
MGP. Oh no.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's the same label.
I got confused.
But those are like $270 or something.
Yeah,
I think there's one available here right now.
Yeah, they got a bunch of them here.
The Gatsby Reserves?
Okay, not a bunch, but it's available.
Those are very limited in some places. They have a really nice bottle design. I think it's one of the best looking bottles.
And you know what? Speaking of that, Jack is coming out with a 17 in December. That could be one. A 15 and a 17.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's another one.
That's going to be pricey.
Yeah. Better grab it at Costco.
Oh yeah, another bottle. What, Michter's 10? But because usually they have older.
Yeah, the 20. Michter's 20, but you can't find out. It's still hard to find.
That's a couple grand. That's a whole different. If I were to go 20 years plus, then we're in a whole nother league. We're talking.
We're talking Eagle Rare.
Yeah, Eagle Rare like 17 or Eagle Rare 25.
Yeah, that's actually one of our topics today. Yeah.
Yeah, let's jump into that. What's going on with this new Eagle Rare 25, Mike?
Man, I guess they got another one for the high rollers. You know, I guess, you know, I mean, you probably won't even see it for that much, but I guess, it's a 25-year Eagle Rare coming out from Buffalo Trace. $10,000 retail. I'm pretty sure secondary will be double that.
Oof.
You know. I mean,
have you had a chance to see a picture of that one?
Yes. It is a beautiful bottle. I'll give it that. Man.
You have to put the craftsmanship into the bottle for that price, but it kind of reminds me of like a Macallan M.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, it's got like that beautiful crystal decanter with all the etched engraving on it.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's even more nicer than the Double Eagle.
Yeah, I think it's nicer than the Double Eagle. I mean, you have to. Because even the Double Eagle retails for what is that, $5,000 or?
Yeah, but you can't find it for anywhere less than like 20, like 15, 20 grand.
You got to be in the VIP club, presidential suite type of status for those to get them at retail.
You know what? I can get a sample for us of the Eagle Rare 17 if you like. I can get you that one.
I don't think I can say no to that. So
yeah, me too. Although the guy that has it doesn't like it, he's saying it's not a good one. But I was like, hey man, I still have to try it.
I can take it off your hands for you.
Yeah, I'll help you out there.
So then Eagle Rare now has 4 bottles in their lineup, right? They got the Eagle Rare Standard 10-year, their BTAC Eagle Rare 17, and then you got the Double Eagle. I've actually seen that in a bar, surprisingly.
Yeah. There's a lot of them here. There's a couple liquor stores that might here. They have it.
Seriously?
Yeah. I think they're selling for like $12,000.
Yeah. Okay.
12,500. I got room on the mortgage.
Yeah, you know, I don't need to put some money into a new car. I'm just going to buy this bottle.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. I always tell the owner, hey, let me make monthly payments.
Let me take like a couple drops every month.
Yeah, give me a down payment and just come like a layaway plan, and I'll just come and I'll drink at the store.
There you go. Just have like half ounce every month,
right?
for the next 30 years. No. Well, that's going to be cool. I mean, obviously, it's not something that most people will have the opportunity to experience, but if you do and you've got the budget for it, props to you, and I will be impressed.
Let us know what it tastes like, please.
Yeah, anybody, let us know.
Yeah,
I wonder if people like Fred Minnick will get a sample of that one, because he gets samples of like all the BTAC and all the other.
I'm sure they're gonna. Yeah, they're gonna try to hype it up. I mean, I know how many bottles it was? 5,000? No.
Yeah, it's very limited, very, very limited, and it also puts pressure on the competition for those high valued like scotches. Have that, there is still a market for the really high end scotches. People buy those when it's like maybe an anniversary or some special occasion.
Yeah, but
I feel like those disappear.
Well, we'll see. If you look at a 25-year-old Scotch, for example, it's going to be maybe less than quarter of that price.
Oh yeah,
it'll be in the thousands, but it won't be like that much.
I think to get to about a $10,000 Scotch, you're looking at about like 35 years.
40 year, yeah. Like the Bowmore 40 year is about 12,000. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I mean, but the thing is, I feel that bourbon, I don't know, at a higher age, bourbon starts to, I feel like just gets too oaky. And
Well, that's the assumption, but I've never first-handedly experienced it, so I can't give a real opinion on that. So I need to have a couple 25 plus year bourbons to make that decision.
Mm-hmm. Right? It's not like we can compare either.
Yeah. So you were way off on the amount of bottles. They're only producing approximately 200 bottles. So that's like a barrel.
Wow. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. That was the Wild Turkey. They're doing 5,000.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
200 bottles?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Yep.